What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be showing you how I made this Dak Prescot poster design for my top 10 posters, or top 10 athletes of 2021. So this is going to be a pretty simple design. I'm just going to show you a few gradient tools and a few different imagery techniques that I used, double exposures and stuff like that to create this poster. It was well received on the Instagram. A lot of you guys hit the like button, so you clearly enjoyed the poster. So hopefully you can learn something from this. This is going to be my first NFL poster YouTube tutorial, so hopefully, you know, if you enjoy it, hit the like button, let me know what you think down below, and let me know if you want to see any more videos. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So guys, first things first, you're going to basically want to download the texture pack that is in the link down below. So you know the drill. Let's just do that. And then what we're going to do is create a new document. So we're going to go to new document, and then we're going to go to A4 portrait and just create the new document. So nothing's too complicated just yet. So let's get the images. So first things first, we'll go to here and we can turn off this layer. So this layer should be at the top, so you can turn that off. And then what you're going to need to do is go through and, you can turn on the images, pick which ones you think, you need. And this one's going to be the main image. This one's the one we're going to be working with mostly like throughout the video. So we're going to drag that one in. We're going to drag this one in as well. So we're going to turn these three on, and then this one as well. So select all of those, drag and drop them in, and they should, once they've loaded, they should be in position. If not, so you're going to want to make sure that you have them center aligned, and then you can click OK. So once you've got them in, I'm going to turn off these two first. I'm just going to move this one down to the bottom of the page here. So we're going to want it down there. Now, you can play around with it yourself. You don't have to have it any, specific way, but this is where I'm going to have it. And then I'm going to create a new layer below him. Call this foot shadow. So once you call it foot shadow, you want to get your brush and make a thin brush using these tools here. Make it really nice and thin, and then we're going to select a dark black or dark grey, something like that. Make it nice and small and create a nice little foot shadow for him, just so it doesn't look like he's standing on nothing, because that just wouldn't look right with it. So we've got that. Reduce the opacity a little bit, and then we've added our foot shadow in. So that's that all done. Don't really need to do anything with this image. I've already, edited it and added certain elements to it. So if you want to know how I do that, there'll be a link down below to another video with image quality enhancements. So go check that out. So we got that one in. Now we can turn on the main image. Now this one's already in black and white. If I open it up, you can see there's a lot of things that are already clipped to it. So I'll turn those off for now. So this is what we're working with. We got this image of Dak Prescott here. I've changed it to black and white. So if I just turn it off, that's what it is. Then turn it back on, black and white. So that's all done. Next thing I did was drop this image in. So if I unclip and mask it, there we go. So as you can see, it's just a picture of their stadium, their playing ground. And what I did was clip and mask it in so it just goes around his body. And then what I did was just layer mask the top bit out so that it cuts off the top, makes it look like it's faded in, and this is called a double exposure effect. So we got that in there. The next thing I did was get another image of Dak Prescott and linked it down towards this this main image of him, and then I reduced the I didn't reduce the opacity actually. I changed it to screen. So once you change it to screen, as you'll see now, if I just take it off, so once it's on normal, it doesn't, connect with anything. Put it to screen, it overlays it over the top of this image because it's called a double exposure effect. It means the two images blend together in different colors and stuff. So that's what I did with that. Next bit is a little bit of texture, just, mainly just for, field, depth of field. Nothing too important there. So that's what I did with the main image, guys. There's a few different techniques there, a bit of double exposure. I have got videos on my channel how to do a double exposure. They're from really early on, from when I started doing YouTube. So if you want to scroll back and have a look at those, feel free to. Next thing I did was add this other image of Dak Prescott. So this one again, I clip and mask it to him. Or actually, no, I didn't clip and mask it to him. I just left it on top and sort of placed it right on the edge where I thought would look best. So this was right on the edge of him, just overlaid him on top. But what I did with this one is I added some color effects once I'd done it to the main image. So once we add the colors to the main image, you'll see what I'm doing, and you'll be able to copy along with that. We got all our images in. There's a few more things we need to go get. Nope, don't want to close that. So we can turn this off. We can turn this off and this off. Now this Route 66 sign, you're going to need this. You're going to need this star, and you're going to need this texture as well, and this image of the city that he's from, and the signature. So we'll just select all of these that we just turned on, and I'm going to drag and drop them across, and I will show you what I did with them. Okay guys, so they're all in. Let me just turn these off for now. Turn that one off. Now Route 66, this one is a road sign, as you should know, but I'll put it down here. So this is where it was in the design, and make sure that it is below the main image. And then it's all in there, so that's good. Or we can put it above. Actually, no, put it below, otherwise you'll be able to see it for his shoulder. But this bit here, we're going to have to fade out. So if you go into the main image, select this image here, get a brush or a layer mask, and then get a brush. Make sure it's a hard brush so it cuts it off completely. And then we're just going to cut it off here so that you can't see it on top of the sign. It just wouldn't look right. So there we go, that's cut off. Got our road sign here. Now, as you can see, this road sign has already got some color on it. I've left it on just to show you guys. Let's just turn that off. And all it is just a sign with a glow in the middle of the 66. So I've put a white layer over the top of the 66. So as you can see that, just to make it look like it's turned on. And then added the blue over the top with a linear dodge add for this little glow that we've created for the actual final image. So that's that. The star, this one's going to go up here below his helmet. Going to go put this one below the main image again. Let's just go like that. Put it below the Route 66, and then we can duplicate this one. What I did was made it smaller, rotated it, and then again I did this one more time. Duplicate it, move it down further, rotate it, make it a little bit smaller. As you can see, it looks like we've got a nice little gradual effect going on, so it's going around his helmet, getting smaller as we go. Still got the texture added on top of it, so you get a nice little bit of depth of field again, and that's all that done. So we've got all these together. We've dropped in this extra texture, so this just goes over the top of the whole design pretty much, so you can put this over the top like that. And then there's one more thing, so we two more things. We got the signature, so this has already been done for you, so all you need to do is place this down here, and that's literally it. And then this city here, so this city needs to be put right on the bottom of the image here, so just like that, so it fits in nicely just in the main image. So this isn't going to be a double exposure. I'm just going to leave this on top, so basically we're going to color over this whole image, as you will see in a minute. So let's put it below. Do you want to put it below? No, I'll put it above that one. And now we're going to create a new layer, change this to linear dodge add, and what we're going to do with this whole image, we are going to color over using some gradient tools. So we're going to select this blue. This blue is going to be 00FEFC. Get your brush tool, make sure it's a soft brush for this, and then we're going to go through and we are going to make it nice and big. Reduce your opacity of your brush to about 12%, and then we're going to go through and color little bits here. So as you can see, this is why I had the Route 66 already blue. So go through like this. Want to make sure you make a lot of it blue, because when we use the camera filter, it will come back out and you'll be able to see everything a bit better. So we got this here, a nice little bit of blue, and then you're going to swap to the orange. The orange is going to be FFA 200. Now what we're going to do is add this orange down through the middle of the design for a nice little bit of extra added effect. I know it doesn't look great at the moment, but once you've sort of worked it out, it'll look a lot better. So we've got this nice little colored texture over the top, and that's that. Next thing we need to do is, well, we can move this below this one here and then apply our own little effects to each one of these, which as you'll see now, if I get my blue again, I can sort of go through and pick out bits of this, you know, of the city, so it doesn't look so harsh on certain parts. Again, same with this image here. This is what I did the first time round. I sort of added in only select bits of it. So if I swap to the orange again, so it makes it a little bit more more controlled. So you've got a bit more control over what's going on, and you don't need to rush sort of the coloring part of it. So add a little bit of orange on the top of the buildings. That's nice, and that is pretty much it, guys. So we've got all this in here. I'm just going to check that we haven't missed anything out of the texture pack. No, pretty simple design, this one. Don't really need to do too much to it. The main part of this is just getting this gradient right, so you can play around with it. Obviously, don't rush it if you're doing it for yourself. Make sure it looks nice, but just make sure you get this gradient right. It'll make the world of difference once you actually finish the design. So that's like that. There is one thing that I did on the older design. Not the old design, but yeah, the first design I did. I had some light leaks, so these are light leaks that I made myself. So if you want to purchase these off me, they're only $5 for £5, whatever you want to call them. I think I used this one. Yeah, it was that one. Let me go into the JPEGs. Yeah, I used this one here. So it's a nice little overlay. So if I drop this in now, I'm sorry I can't leave it in the files for you, because obviously it's not a free, free light leak. You have to pay for it. But if you want to buy it in the future, feel free to. But I'm not, forcing any of you. You can do what you want. Let's just clip and mask it to that. Set it to screen. Now, as you can see, it's all got a little bit more highlighted and stuff, and little areas have got better. So once I use the camera filter now, it will become a lot more intense. But obviously I'm not putting this light leak in the texture pack folder, so you won't be able to use this, but the rest of it is very straightforward, simple to do, and you know, it's effective. So if we use a camera raw filter now, so we're going to make our screenshot. So once we made a screenshot, you know, we'll be able to add our camera raw filter. So there was somebody in the comments down below in the previous video, they asked if once you've made the screenshot and you wanted to change something in the design, can you go back and edit it? So you won't be able to make any changes below the screenshot layer, so you'll have to make a new screenshot and then reapply the textures that you made in the camera raw filter. If you don't remember all of the stuff you made in the camera raw filter, you can go across here to these three dots, more image settings, and then go apply previous settings, and this will apply all the stuff you've just done on the previous screenshot, so you won't lose out on anything. So that's that. So what I did here is add a little bit of extra blue, increase the exposure, contrast I boosted up as well, highlights reduce them, shadows increase them, whites reduce them, blacks increase them. Texture I brought out a lot, clarity as well. So this is where you bring back in the texture of the images, and you sort of win back a bit of that extra sort of detail within the design. So dehaze as well, about 10. Vibrance, I put that up to 10. Saturation to 10. Curves, you definitely want to play around with this because it will give your design an extra effect that you don't necessarily have in the first place. Sharpening, definitely get that up there. Color mixer, now this is something that I did do on my design. I made it more of a light blue like that, so it just basically makes it look a lot nicer. And I did increase the orange, so the yellows I made them just a bit more, you know, prominent in the design, just because it looked a little bit better at the time. But you can obviously play around with this yourself. Color grading, again, similar thing to the color mixer, just making everything blend together better will also help. So guys, that's pretty much all I did in the camera filter. Obviously I add grain because I do it on everything, it brings it all together. About 30 grain, and then a nice little vignette to bring the corners in of the color, and that's it. So if you do before and after, you can see it's gone from being a really hazy, over-saturated image or desaturated image to a nice crisp design. So you can see all the color in there, and you got the images, you got this main one here sort of being the prominent figure, signature, all the textures going on, and that's about it guys. So hopefully you have enjoyed this video. If you have, let me know down in the comments below. Let me know if you want to see more NFL videos in the future, because I do enjoy making them. I just don't have as much experience making them as I do in the football poster side of things, but I'm happy to learn along with you guys. So let me know in the comments what you think, and yeah, that's about it guys. I'll see you in the next video.